Okay, so I'm going to be interviewing some of the cast members from East West Players production of Pacific Overtures. So I have like a camera here, I have a camera here. And so hopefully I can get a lot of different views of my face personally. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is going to be a fun time. I love meeting actors and talking to actors, especially in Los Angeles, which, if you didn't know, is definitely a theater town. And so I'm meeting with some of the actors today from East West Players production of Pacific Overtures. So introduce yourself and tell us what character or characters you play in the show.
My name is Adam Koakept, and I play Manjuro and also the horse's head now.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Brian Kim McCormick, and I play Kayama and a rice planter and the horse's ass.
And is this your East West Players debut, or have you done other East West Players shows before?
I've actually done another East West Players before, so this is my second production. I was involved with Assassins that premiered 2 years ago there.
Amazing. So I feel like now you're in like a Sondheim kick. You did Assassins and then Pacific
Well,
Overtures.
like I've been very lucky. I feel very spoiled too. I mean, especially with a production like Assassins, where the characters are kind of connected to historic figures. You
Hmm.
know, someone like me getting to play Lee Harvey Oswald would not normally happen in most productions. So that's what's wonderful about East West Players is it provides a lot of opportunities to do shows that otherwise you might not able to do. So yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And how does it feel to be like working at this like amazing theater company?
I don't know that it's fully settled. I can talk about it logically in words and be like, yeah, I'm part of this tapestry and history.
Hmm.
And I mean, what a show,
Yeah.
this show specifically for, musical theater lovers, anything by Sondheim.
Hmm.
And then to be with John Briones and Getty Watanabe and like his whole full circle moment. I mean, those are things that those are treasures that you'll look back on, in years to come and be like, wow, I got to be there.
I mean, I saw it on Saturday and I was like, I don't know what I'm going into. I kind of know the story, but when I left, I was like, this left me with so many questions. And also, I was like, so excited to have seen like Kabuki on stage in a musical theater setting with Sondheim's music. I just was like, this is so cool and unique and beautiful. How was it learning that style of theater if you have or haven't done it before in this show specifically?
Well, it's one of the most challenging projects I've ever been involved with in my experience. I think most of us, if not all of us in the cast, had never had any kind of kabuki training
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever, and so getting familiar with that, and mostly, it's just such a specific cultural difference in art
Mm-hmm.
form and style that you don't want to be offensive and do anything wrong,
Yeah.
um, that we were very adamant about getting every little detail
Mm-hmm.
correct. And fortunately enough, we had an amazing Japanese consultant supervisor who helped
Oh,
us
great.
all the styles, the movement, the speech patterns, whatnot, and that I think it was integral in us getting to where we got to. But I mean, thank you for everything you said too, because I have to say, um, uh, as we were going through the process, I didn't know what we had, and it's
Mm-hmm.
still a little surprising for me too to get into conversations about the piece because, like you, so many people come out of it with a lot of questions, a lot of interest, a lot of excitement, and
Mm.
it's the best gift ever to be part of this, you know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And while I was like walking up the stairs to my little seat during the show, I saw a really cool poster and it said Pacific Overtures, but like 1998. And I just like I had to do a little bit of research, but like East West Players was like one of the first places to do this show. And so how does it feel to kind of bring it back in this revival?
Mako and his troupe, they went out and did the Broadway production, and then he was really like, "Hey, you got to do your version of it. Now let me take it to LA and do my version, how
Mhm.
I think we should stage this, and really honor the Kabuki." So that was in like the 70s, and then the 98. And I really think about how badass that was. I apologize
Yeah.
if I can't swear,
No,
but
it's
like
okay.
it's so badass because like he didn't tear it down. He acknowledges, that we all need each other,
Mhm.
like, and so we have to build on the opportunities that we have. And so the 98 version, being able to revive that and like reintroduce it to a new generation,
Mhm.
is really exciting. And then to have Tim then, direct that one and then come back to it again like 20 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can't write that type of stuff.
Why do you think that this show is so important to have right now?
It's an interesting concept, and I think the conversations that have been happening about uh, our current political climate at this time
Mhm.
and the interests of Americans coming into another culture and ultimately integrating or implementing their views, their stance into another idea. It's something that we can all relate to in certain
Yeah.
level. You know, you know what I mean. And as someone who is a Thai citizen now, I don't know if you know this or not, but I actually moved back to Bangkok, so I live in Thailand right now, and I've been
Oh,
having
wow.
yeah, having a very similar experience
Mhm.
with my character in the sense of I'm an American going back to my roots, and in the show, Majiro, who was swept away into the U.S., comes back to Japan and finds his journey through that. While meanwhile, the other character Kayama, his counterpart, is going the opposite direction, and I think that storyline, and specifically, and maybe for me especially finding those connections into what's happening right now in the U.S. and how we can lose our identity at times, and how important it is to not only connect back to the past, but also integrate what's happening in the present.
I'm first gen, so I like understand the aspect of like figuring out that balance and also being like, but it's also important to go back to where you've started from. The language, the customs, the food, the music, the people that really make you like that are just a part of where your family is from and where you're from. It was cool to see like a range of like actors who were newer actors fresh out of college and then like veterans at the same time on stage working together. I think that's like such a like privilege and blessing. Like it's just so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I would be like taking notes the whole time. Like, please just say that line again.
I mean,
Like,
I did not plan on pursuing acting. My life path was taking me in a very different direction. And, when I did become an actor and started doing this professionally, it was my peers and the people who are experts, masters at their craft, really. And I just learned so much by observing. And so, yes, I think it's so important to um, continuing the art form and inspiring and getting the next generation ready,
yeah,
because like you can't you can't expect people to be ready if they've never had the opportunities. And that's the catch 22 of our business is we are often not given the opportunities. And then when we are, it's like, don't screw it up. And it's like, it's too much pressure. That's not fair.
yeah.
So,
Oh, it's too much.
places like East West Players and not are so vital to being able to have spaces where you can go and build a community, but also play and
Mm.
try and be celebrated for making, big, bold choices. Like we will catch each other. We're a family, so we will never let each other go out and embarrass ourselves.
Within the world of the show, if you could play a different character or explore a different character for just a day, who would you pick and why would you pick them?
Well, I've done this production once before. 2 decades ago, and I played Tamate, the
Oh,
boy, the
mm.
Dutch admiral. Just very different journeys and all. Like so, I really have kind of had a taste of everybody, but secretly, I gotta say, I think the Madam's a lot of fun.
I think like just out of pure like just, audience in the palm of your hand, I want Getty's track. Like being able to be the Shogun's mother and
Yes,
I mean an old man coming back to sing about the tree. Like that,
that's
someone in the
so.
tree just
It's such a good. Oh my gosh.
yeah. But the way he does chrysanthemum tea, I
Mm.
mean, he is a hoot. And like
Yes. The show was amazing. I literally loved it. I want to come again if I can, because it's a brilliant show. So thank you for meeting me this morning. Have a beautiful time. Have a beautiful day. Okay. Yeah, see you soon. Okay, bye.